So in this video I'm just going to look at the Baysnor mud flaps you can buy on Amazon for a Tesla Model Y. So I'm just fitting these, and I thought I'll make this video because I've seen online a lot of people are really struggling to fit them and leave negative reviews. But they're the most easiest mud flaps I've ever fitted. All the holes line up and you can just do it with hardly any tools. And they take seconds to fit. But anyway, some people seem to struggle. They seem to struggle with the clip, and I get a feeling they don't understand what the plastic push fittings are. And they seem to think they're screws and obviously chew them up with a screwdriver. But so that's why I thought I'd make this video, to actually show you how you fit them and sort of do a product review of these Baysnor mud flaps. So these are about 30 quid on Amazon. They're the front mud flaps, they are rather small. They're the back mud flaps and they're much bigger. And this car is a 2024 Model Y, and from the factory you get front mud flaps now. And I'm not going to replace these because the original Tesla ones have a bit more coverage than the Baysnor ones. So it'd go like that. So they do stick down a little bit more and they are more flexible. These are quite rigid, well, incredibly rigid. There's no give in these at all. So for now I'm going to leave the front ones on, and then I'll fit these in the future if these get damaged. So now for the back ones. I've done this side and it fits so nicely. Really is a well moulded mud flap, and it fits just perfectly on the bumper there on the Model Y. But they are rigid mud flaps, so if you smack these they're not going to give at all and will probably just get ripped off. I was hoping that they would be more of a rubberized material and would be a bit more forgiving. But anyway, I'll see how long they last. But as far as fitting goes, they're dead easy to fit. So when it comes to fitting the rear ones, there's two plastic trim clips you've got to remove there, and these are really easy to get out. You just need a flat blade screwdriver, pop the middle bit out, and then you can pull the whole thing out with your fingers. So you remove those two and replace them with the longer ones in the packet. Up here is a stud, and that's got what looks like a plastic nut on it, but it's not. That's one of those push fit nuts, but you don't remove that. I think that's the mistake people are making. The mud flap just goes over that, so you leave that alone. That isn't a fixing. And then underneath there's one 10mm bolt you remove there. So when it comes to the fittings, you just get a load of these plastic trim fixings, rivets or whatever you want to call them. So these are the ones you take out, and these new ones are just longer, deeper as it were, because you've got the thickness of the mud flap being added to it. So you replace those with these, and the mistake people are making is thinking this is a screw, and this is the plastic insert which you push down the middle to expand the legs on the back. And this is not a screw, even though it's got a Phillips screw head on the end. I don't know why they do that, because this is what is confusing people. People are getting a screwdriver on there and trying to screw this in to the base, and you don't. It's a push fit, and if you look closely at the ridges on this, that isn't a thread, that is just little ridges for it to grip on. So the mistake is they've used a Phillips head, which you see this a lot on these Chinese fittings, but you do not put a Phillips screwdriver on there because you will just chew it up. And I think what people are doing, the reason why they're giving these mud flaps negative reviews, is they're seeing that and they're trying to screw that in, and that is chewing up or breaking before they get it in. And you don't use a screwdriver, you just push it in with your fingers like that. It is just a push fit, and as you can see there, the legs splay out like that. So the other thing in the kit is a couple of spring clips, just push on clips, and they just go in there to grip the mud flap on the inside of this plastic lip here. So it really is easy. It only takes, I don't know, a minute per mud flap to do. You only need your fingers. The only tool you actually need is a screwdriver to take these two original clips out, and a 10mm socket or spanner to take that bolt out on the underside there. So I'll quickly, might as well film this as I go through that. So you take those clips out, and the next one down there, just trying to see where the edge is there. There we go. I don't have my glasses on. Leave that one up there, and then take this bolt out underneath. It is quite stiff if it's never been removed before, and that's just a 10mm screw there. And then the mud flap simply goes on there. There's no fixing at the top there, that just hooks over the stud. There is a little bit of plastic here which you want to get on the inside of the plastic trim here, which on the other side I didn't do, but I managed to just wiggle it after I'd fixed it, so it's not crucial because you can do it afterwards. That will just sit like that. So we'll put those other fittings in first. So take two bases and push them in like that, and then get the middle parts and then push them in. Just need to swap hands because those are quite tight, but you simply do that. No screwdriver needed at all. And then on the underside, got to put this 10mm bolt back. So I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see this, but that little plastic tag on the mud flap wants to be hooked on the inside of the plastic wheel arch trim, and if it isn't, and you can see it through the hole there, then you just need to manipulate that round, but it's very easy to do, only takes seconds. And then the final thing is you get one of these metal clips, and you're just going to slide that on there, and that's going to go on the inside lip of this plastic bumper moulding and grip the mud flap there. So it could go either way, but I'm putting the flat edge on the inside, but I really don't think it makes any difference, and some people have struggled with that, but that's it. It's just a slide, and it's got a little teeth in it, and it just grips, and that's it, that's fitted. And as you can see, it all fits really well. It actually looks very good. It's a very nice fit. It's just a shame they are quite stiff and rigid, but anyway, time will tell whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And as you can see, they take seconds to fit. If I wasn't holding a camera and doing it one-handed, I can have them fitted in probably less than a minute each. And fitting the front ones are exactly the same. In fact, they're easier because they don't have a bolt on the underside. Again, you've got a metal clip there holding it in the middle, but yeah, exactly the same, and again, takes about a minute to fit. So that's it for this video. If you want to buy these exact ones, I'll put a link to them in the video description below, and I bought these ones from Amazon. So if you found this video useful, as always, please do click the thumbs up. That really does help. Do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.